Hello everyone. I just wanna record this video. Who am I and what I'm doing here and all that stuff. You don't know me. I don't know you. But I just thinking about to start a YouTube channel and to start streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and maybe other platforms. First of all, sorry for my English. That's not my mother's language. I think it's correct to say. But yeah, and because English is not my mother's language, first thing what I want to say, one of the main reasons why I wanna start streaming and creating videos and stuff like that, because I wanna improve my English during this time. Yep, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna read all these words. I'm gonna think in English a little bit. I'm gonna listen it. I'm gonna listen explanations from other YouTubers, content creators, and stuff like that. That's one of my goals. I'm gonna tell you now. It was a quite long intro. Now I'm gonna tell who am I. I am 23 years old. Um, Originally, I'm from Ukraine. I was born and raised in Ukraine. Um, but after my high school, I went to Poland to study. And before war, I was studying in Poland. It was logistics. I was in university. When I was in Ukraine, I learned a little, not a little bit, but at some level, I could speak Polish. And this level, it was enough to for me to start studying in Polish language. So before war, I was living in Poland. In Poland, sorry. um, when war started, um, my mom she came to me in Poland in a few days after that, or a few weeks. I don't remember actually correct, but she came to me and we were sitting together in my apartment and we were thinking like what we're gonna do next. First of all, at that time, like so chaos. Everyone, everywhere shooting, people dying. No one expected this. Like it was awful. It was horrible. And we were sitting with my mom. We were thinking about what we're gonna do next. First of all, uh, maybe we were thinking like maybe Putin is gonna go weiter. Das ist auf Deutsch. Uh, he's gonna attack more countries, maybe European country, maybe Poland, because Russia, then Ukraine, then Poland, and we didn't know what to expect. And my mom, if at the beginning of the war, I knew Polish language like on a quite decent level, I could normally speak. I could go to grocery shop, buy groceries, like handle my stuff with I don't know utilities and other things. Like I was okay. I could be there and I could live in there. But my mom, she didn't know a word in Polish, and she didn't have some like friends or people what she knew in Poland. All her friends were big part of her friends were in Germany, and before war, like 5 years before war or something like that, she was working like a lot of Ukrainians did at that time. We had like 3 months we could work in some country in Europe. So you like, for example, you go into work in Poland for 3 months, 90 days. You have work there, and you have to come back to Ukraine. You have to be there like another 9 months of this year, and on the next year you can go and work again 3 months. And she was doing it like for a few years, and she had friends, as I said, and she knew some people, and her previous German boss offered her help. Like, I know you, I know that you are a normal human being. I completely understand the problem with the war. I have place. I can give you place for living for some time. I can help you with German documents because German bureaucracy, it's like it's just one big boom in my head. And I can help you with all of that stuff. You can, if you want, you can come to me. And at that time, my study in Poland, it was online because of COVID-19. So I was like flexible. I could leave Poland, and I could go with my mom, because it's like I'm her son, I'm a man, I can help her, I can, and I knew English at some level also at that time, because my mom, she didn't knew a single word in English and in Polish, in both of these languages, but she knew a little bit of German. And we decided that we should move to Germany for some time at least. And we were there. This place, it's like Stadt. If if I'm gonna compare to USA, it's like Stadt. Here it calls land. In US that would call people would call it state, and it was Niedersachsen. We were living there for some time. I was working there. I was studying online in university in Poland. My mom was working there, and it was something like that. Then I had to defend my how it calls, like, session. I have to pass the biggest exam of my studying. If I'm gonna pass it, I'm gonna have my diploma, and I'm gonna be like a professional worker. Yeah, bachelor in logistics. And I had to move back to Poland for some time. I did. I've graduated from university. I've got my diploma, and during this time when I was in Poland, I applied to visa for UK. Sorry, my neighbor is just doing some remont or renovering. Doesn't matter. And I've applied to for this UK visa, and UK government approved this visa for me, and I was able to move to UK. I could live there and stuff like that. I went to UK, especially in Scotland. I was living there, and Scotland, thanks to Scotland's government, they gave me help. They gave me place to live in. They gave me money that I can like buy some food and stuff like that. I'm not gonna die because I don't have money. And we were living there. I think it was like 6 months, half of the year. We were living with another Ukrainians in one big um, hotel. He was like outside town. He was like in the village kind of thing. It was like pretty far away from nearest city. And I was living there. Then Scotland's government gave me a flat where I could live, my apartment. It was a good flat. Okay, there were some minuses, but at least I had place where I could sleep alone, where I don't hear like another people voices in another room. Yeah, it was like pretty comfortable for me. I couldn't complain. Yep. And I was very grateful for that. And I've started to looking for a job. I was looking for a job when I was at that hotel, but it didn't work because I didn't have a car. It was a pretty big issue with communicating. Like, was 1.5 hour in one side, and 1.5 hour in another side, and people that um, companies, they didn't agree me, they didn't accept me because of my skill issues. They also didn't know what it's gonna be with my documents, like if I could stay here in the long term, and communication. Yep, without car now nowadays it's quite hard to live, to be honest. And but I was trying still. I was my state. It called South Asia. It was like Neban Ocean, or Neban, not Neban, near to ocean or near to sea. I don't remember. I think it was sea, and it was like like a vacation city. It was like 35,000 of people, and it wasn't like a lot of factories or stuff like that. It was like mostly cafes, bars, stuff like that, like for tourists. Yep. And for me, uh, cafes, bars, and stuff like that, they still didn't not good accept me because my language barrier. Like they look at me, I understand, I completely understand. They look at me, oh, there is some guy, maybe he's normal, but we don't know what is gonna be with him in future. I mean, documents. What is gonna happen with him? Like, if he can stay here legally in long term. Um, he doesn't know language so good like another people, for example, the same age. Yep, I was like, I think I was like 21, something like that. Maybe even less, like 20. And on the one hand, you have like man who was born and raised in UK. Yep, he knows language perfectly. He knows all the stuff what to say. He understand. He can understand people without a problem. It's not gonna take time him to translate your language in your head, and then you have to say something to the people. And for example, if you waiter, and I don't know, they will tell you, I want this dish, but without this sauce because of blah 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 blah. And in Scotland, it's plus one more thing, but which makes it more complicated because some people have like this accent. I know that there is like a UK thing, like people from one city can barely understand people from another city. And for me, like for person who wasn't born in English language like community, yep, I was studied it in kindergarten. Okay, I wasn't studying it like properly in school, yep, and it was also quite an issue. And I was living there, and it took too long. I couldn't find a work. I have to say one more thing. I can't work at like stuff like constructions, or also factories where I have to bring up something really heavy because of my eyes. I had five laser operations in summary. Like I think three on this one, or three on this one, and two of this or whatever. Doesn't matter. In summary, it like five operations. Uh, it calls in Russian. It calls лазерная коагуляция. In English, I think it's gonna call like pretty the same, laser coagulation, something like that. I'm not sure. Sorry. And my doctor said to me that you cannot lift more than 20 kilograms because it can damage your eyes, and it's gonna be too much pressure in your head, and you even can go blind, be blind. So like better not to lift more than 20 kilos. And if you work on some kind of building, yep, your chef is gonna tell you, hey man, I need this pack of cement, for example. Yep. And or pack of wood, and it weight of this pack is like 25 kilograms. I'm gonna give it him once, twice, and what's gonna happen to my eyes if I'm gonna do it third time? No one knows, and I don't really want to check what is gonna happen. To be honest, so it also like this part of jobs, this area, I just can't. It's not. It's not my story. Also, I have allergy and stuff like chemicals, something like that, because I have it calls quinky. I had this quinky shock, maybe it's gonna be the right word. When like you totally swallow, you red, you are red, and you cannot breathe normally. Your whole body is shaking, and that's also not an option for me. And so sorry for this, not a big intro, but after all that stuff, I was thinking like, man, I just can't find job. I was, uh, I've got every month like 300 bucks. Who knows that knows? Like 300 bucks every month. Yep, they Scotland's government paid every month for my flat, and plus I had this 300 bucks. Still funny. But I'm young. I wanna work. I wanna earn money. I want to collect money. I want to buy a car in future. But what you can collect and what you can for like 20 bucks at the end of the month. Sorry. And I've decided that I'm gonna go to Germany because here in Germany, my family also has some friends, and I've called to them, and they said yes, we can help you with documents, with all that stuff. And I've decided, okay, I'm gonna move to Germany. Maybe I'm gonna tell the story one more, not one more, but at some time, because it's pretty rough story was for me and for my family. This trip from Scotland to Germany, and um trash story. And what else? And I've moved to Germany. I was living in my friend's flat for 4 months, and because of German bureaucracy, like 4 months, it was they were making my documents of Deutsch. In Deutsch, it calls Ausweis. It's like your passport or your ID, something like that. I don't really know the difference between these two. Ausweis, AOK, Versicherungskarte, that's your insurance card. All this stuff, your Bürgergeld, it's money that German government is paying for you every month, like Scotland's government. Yep, that you're not gonna die from not having money. And all that stuff, it took 4 months, and after that, uh, I was I've got this Bürgergeld, this help from Deutsche government, from German government, and I started to find a flat for me, especially this one. It took me 9 months with a help of every possible person that I know, every agency that is in this town, every like people in chats, in Telegram chats, in Facebook chats, eBay Kleinanzeigen. It's like Deutsche eBay. And it took me 9 months, and I only got this flat because of a friend of mine. He works like a in Deutschland it calls Hausmeister. It's like man that repair everything in a flat. For example, there's one building. In one of this, in this building, there are many flats. In one of flat is some problem. I don't know, like water leaking or something like that. And he's repairing. It's his job. And his boss said to him that I have a flat that like job center. It's German. I don't know how to say firma, which helps refugees, which sends money to the refugees, and which is gonna pay for flat if I'm gonna find something. And we found this flat. We made some documents. I've paid Kaution, das heißt auf Deutsch. I've paid like money for the next if I'm gonna smash something or if I'm gonna broke something in this flat, I give money to my landlord though so he can he can take this money, my money, and he's gonna repair this flat after. And I gave that money. I've moved to this flat. Now I'm living here, and I've started to learning language, deutsche Sprache. Uh, I was learning it for like 9 months or something like that. I've got B1, its level, and normally you have or work in Deutschland or you have to study language or study like in university so that you can live here. And I was studying language for this time, and until I got my B1 level, I couldn't even. It was meaningless start to find a job. I was trying to find a job, like black job, illegal job, not official. It didn't work. Official job also didn't work. It just bullshit. Now people who have better language, better level of language, Deutsch here, like they speak not like native speakers, but they speak good. They speak like decent, really good language. They still cannot get a job, and that's a big problem. Really, someone who live in Germany can understand this. Someone who's not, maybe not. So after I've got my B1, I've was and all that time when I was studying, I was searching for jobs that I can apply in future, and probably I'm gonna get one, which doesn't need like degree in university, and which is okay, which one okay with minimal level of English for working. It's B1. I've got B1, and one of that jobs it was like security. But here in Deutschland, if you want to work as security, you have to pass some exam, and in requires for this exam, uh, there is B1 level, so it was okay for me. It was good variant for me. Why? The main reason why? Because uh, I could work like 12 hours. And even if my payment per hour is minimal, like it was like 12.82, something like that, if it's minimal, but I'm working more than average people, not 8 hours, I'm working 12, so I'm getting more money. And that's good. It's not so hard job like I do not have to lift more than 20 kilograms every day. Yep. It's hard because it's like night job also, but it's not a big, it's not a so big problem. When you need money, you need money, and if you can have better option, I would like to try this one. And I've started studying for this exam, and first of all, teacher it was bad. Okay, I'm not gonna say a lot. It was just bad. He was just bad. And language barrier. For this exam, you have to be at least B2, like because you can understand information that's going inside your head, and then at the exam you understood something like here you go there, you speak with people because you have to schriftlich, you have two parts. First one is like writing, second it's communication. uh, Juries is gonna ask you question and you're gonna answer them, and for these two parts you no choice, you had you must have at least B2, no option. And people from my I'm sorry, people from my group, they all were living in Deutschland minimum 5 years. I was living at that moment only 1 year, and it was I just couldn't. It wasn't possible for me. I was studying, I was learning, I was listening, I was I was reading, I was writing. I just couldn't. I didn't. It took me 3 months. This studying, it's like 3 months, and I didn't pass. And most of only one. The most interesting thing, uh, for every person or in my group, this studying was paid by job center, by Deutschland government. One person, it was like 4,200 or 300, something like that. And it was like more than 10 person in group, so it was at least 40,000 euros. From this group, only one person passed the exam. So only what kind of win rate is this one? It's like, man, you paying 40,000 euros at least. So you, as a government, you're gonna expect that people is gonna pass, and they gonna return you this money in future by paying taxes. But it is what it is. Only one person. It wasn't me, obviously. Obviously, it wasn't me. And then I've started just to try and find a job like with what I have. It's B1. It's some experience in Deutschland, in Deutschland, sorry, in other countries. My Polish, my English. That's all what I had. I was trying to find. It took, I don't know how many. I think more than 6 months. So just like imagine, you wake up at the morning, you do some your stuff, you do some your business, because in Germany it is like that. You have to go somewhere every day, almost every day. There is some termin, some shit happening around. You have to pay somewhere. You cannot pay by card because there is a problem, or they do not accept this payment by your card, or it just mess. You have to go somewhere, and after that you coming home and you searching a site with jobs, you applying to them, you are waiting to the answer. Normally it was like 2 weeks. So, for example, for example, on Monday I've applied to 20 jobs, and I'm waiting for response 2 weeks for the next Monday. It was like normally. On Tuesday I'm gonna apply more 20, and I'm gonna wait till Tuesday normally, till next Tuesday in 2 weeks. Wednesday, blah 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 blah. And it took me like another 6 months, and one company hired me. I was working as a Alltagshelfer. That's heißt. It goes like all day helper, something like that. I'm gonna explain to you. Oh my god, it's half an hour, but I'm gonna I'm gonna do it. I got it. You have one patient. Normally, it was like 2 hours per one patient, and it's elderly people. You go there, and if they have some task for you, you are gonna do this task. For example, going to pharmacy, or going to hospital, or going to barber, for example, going somewhere else. You have to do it, and but most of the times it was just like cleaning. I have I had to clean their house. It was like, you know what I mean. I just don't know how it calls in English. Sorry. My level it's still not so high. But I'm gonna improve it. And I was doing that, but my chef, she was a fat bitch. You know, she was just a really fat bitch, and we had several conflicts. And I'm not, I'm not that type of person that if someone is pooping on my head, I'm not gonna accept that. I'm gonna speak. Like most of the times, 95% I'm gonna speak. If you know what I mean. Like I'm gonna make scandal. I'm gonna yelling and stuff like that. But I I surely know borders. Like I have to do it. There is in my contract, my responsibilities. I do it. If there is something above or extras, or it's something like that I don't expect, for example, giving me 20 more patients because someone went to vacation, and for the next 2 weeks, without my permission, without even asking me, I have to work every day. And you guys perfectly know that in this country, you cannot go into the doctor like I have a back pain. I'm gonna go to the special doctor and he's gonna repair me. No, it doesn't work like that here. Uh, Most of the times, you go to hospital, to clinic, to private doctor, but I have to add one thing. I mean it only with the government security card. If you have private security, private Versicherung, egal. You're gonna get to the doctor in 2 days. But if you don't have, normally it's like 2 3 weeks. And just imagine, for example, if I it's guys, there is I had situations when I was waiting for visiting doctor 6 months, and everything what he did, he checked me. He said that I'm okay, and he didn't do some like extra things. And but I said to him that I had the pain, serious pain. You have to check something more. I don't have it now. Yes, I know, but I don't want it to happen again. Maybe I have something serious. I don't want to have it, but you're doctor. You have to check it. You have to do something, блядь. But because of this system is so fucked up, there is no medical workers. There is no medical specialists, and just it takes months to visit a doctor. And in situation like that, in country like that, you're gonna uh, your boss is giving you 20 more patients, and it's like your 2 next weeks is completely full. And that's not normal. Really, that's not normal. And when I tried to solve this problem like correctly, normally, without big scandals, at the end, my fat bitch boss said to me that you have to do how I manage these patients, like every had special time. As I wrote it to you, you have to do it like it. Sorry guys, but no. And after that, I made a huge scandal. They fired me, and there were several problems with firing me because they are just dumb shit company. That's all. And yep. And then, because I wanna work, I wanna work, but cannot just go somewhere and start working because lift ice 20 kilograms, not too heavy, without any of these fucking chemicals or something that is gonna provoke my allergies, my allergy. Company should be okay with my level of speaking, with my level of understanding. That's also, believe me, that's also big issue. So I wanted to work, and I was thinking like I'm gonna find one more work, another one. It's not. It's gonna be like part time, but I'm gonna find another one, second job, and it's gonna be like small one. In Germany, there is a term like mini job, 540 euros that you work and you don't have to pay taxes for this money. It's only yours. You work and that's all. And I did it. I found my first job, my current job. I hope that my boss didn't fire me still. Don't know about it, but can be. And my second job, it's patient from my previous job. I told her that I'm gonna leave this company, my previous one, because I just dumbass. And she said to me like, if you wanna work here, I can give you mini job, and I'm gonna make all documents and stuff like that. I said okay. I will call you later when I will handle all my stuff because firing from one place, then hiring to another place, all these documents, bureaucracy, shit, it just takes time. So after when I handled all this stuff, I just I called her and she said yes, okay, I know you. But I mean, like, if I would so bad at my previous job, this person wouldn't offer me this job after that. And I was in good relationships with sorry guys with patients, with elderly people. I just wasn't good with my boss. That was a problem because she wasn't good with me, like a normal worker. And so that is my story. It took me almost 40 minutes to say. Uh, Sorry guys for that. Sorry for my English. I know, I know. I'm trying. I'm gonna try more. And everything is gonna be okay. So I'm just wishing you have a safe one in this world that we have now. We have wars. We have military conflicts everywhere. We have like danger like nuclear war, nuclear winter. After that, maybe perhaps that's what the scientists say. So we have a bunch of crazy people around here. Believe me, really crazy. They just for them it's not enough to live normally. That's a bad one. All these drunk drivers, drug dealers, people who use drugs. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say it. It's gonna ban my video, but I have to say that it's true. I want to say true, and that's it. So again, I'm gonna repeat myself. That's my bad habit, but still, have a safe one. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is gonna be well with everyone, with me, with you, with your friends, with my friends, with your family, with my family. I wish you all the best. And that was my introduction to the internet.